Peace, blessings, and love. I burn my sage to cleanse my energy before I leave this house because you come across people that vibrations are low, meaning they're operating from their higher self, and you gotta stay focused before you leave the house because you don't want to be picking up all that negative energy. Especially, you gotta stay on operating from your higher self. So I perform all types of rituals in the morning. And yeah, you gotta keep the devil away, shaitan, negative energy, negative people, and all that. So I perform my sage. I wear my crystals. I wear my amulets, and my husband gave me this oil called Franklin and Myth, which supposedly keeps shaitan away. So I may dab a little this on in the morning before leaving the house. I have good days at work, and I am surrounded by people who, that I used to be like reacting quickly to negative situation, and they ask me, well, why are you coming smelling all the time? This is because I had to grow. I didn't get like this overnight. It took a couple of years for me to get to where I'm at, where I'm not reacting to other people's issues, because everyone has issues, but it's how you handle your issues. We all go through things in life, and the things we go through in life is only to provide the lessons we need to learn so we don't continue doing it again. So I had experienced some major things in my life, and from that I had to learn. I had to seek the knowledge. I had to grow, and here I am, a spiritual individual that is attracting a lot of abundance into my life, I must say. And I'm thankful that I had an open mind and was recognizing, yeah, that situation that I had experienced, it was to help me grow. That was all it was for. And here I am. And I must say, one of the things that I had to grow from and learn was from my husband. And we're the best of friends now. We were separated for 4 years, and now we are the best of friends. And I appreciate the growth. I, you know, I appreciate and that I had to go through that thing with him to get to where I'm at now. And now I can say him like, I look back, I was like, Dad, how did you really act like a fool? Yes, you did not act like the woman that you were supposed to act like. Now I know how to handle things better. But I did learn from that situation. Everything that I was speaking about when I was doing my videos on that situation, actually, when I was speaking about it, I was speaking truth. And it all laid out just as I said it laid out. So I'm just thankful. I really am. Yeah, but he gave me that, you know, supposed to keep Shaitan away. Who knows? But I don't have no drama in my life because my circle is. But I had a pen, I would draw a little dot. That's how small my circle. Because the less people you have in your life, the less drama you're going to go through. So anyway, let's do some. Let me see. Today I have this app on my phone called Title Life Guidance and Inspiration. I haven't read it in a while, so I'm going to click on Life Wisdom, which is a powerful two-card reading. Reveals a negative influence and positive solutions. Tough, but it's insightful. So let's see what it says. What obstacles? So I have 3 questions. What key issues do I need to look at today, and what will help me to resolve it? The second question is, what obstacle do I need to overcome in order to progress along my spiritual path? And the third one is, what is holding me back from living a happy and fulfilled life? So I'm going to go with, what obstacle do I need to overcome in order to progress along my spiritual path? I'm going to click on that one. So it comes with a deck of cards. Oops. Okay. Got my stones on right now. My amulet right here. Right. So I gotta shuffle the cards. I got about 20 minutes before I gotta leave out here and go to work. Okay, let's see. Shuffle the cards. Da da da. Continue. It tells me to relax, breathe slowly and deeply, and continue to ask for guidance and inspiration. And when I feel ready, tap the card to be revealed. And I tap the first card. And I'm going to read the first card because I'm going to share it to you with you. It talks about avoidance. Sometimes we feel overwhelmed by life and its challenges. We want to avoid the responsibility, the pain, and the stress of it all. Interestingly, though, the more we avoid facing and dealing with a situation, the larger and more powerful it becomes, and then it is even more difficult to cope with. Otherwise, you can't be running from your problems. It is easy to say that it's time to face up to what is challenging you, and in your heart, you probably know that this is true. But sometimes, when we are in a state of avoidance, we also go into a state of denial. We place a veneer over our lives that all is well. We are busy and very jolly. We assure everyone that we are perfectly fine and everything is okay. If the pain you are avoiding is due to extreme emotional upheavals and challenges, please accept that you may need to get professional support and help. You do not need to struggle and manage alone. Perhaps you are denying your need for help. Do you always expect yourself to be the strong and capable one who helps others? It is a great strength to be able to ask for and then be open to receiving help from others. Often, those who do not like to ask for help for or refuse to accept it when it is lovingly offered are the ones who have a great need to control their lives and circumstances. Take some time over the next few days to be alone with your thoughts and feelings and get a sense of how you really feel. Is there something you do not want to look at, acknowledge, or feel? Then, rather than confronting it head on and punishing yourself, be gentle and kind and allow yourself just a glimpse at the issue. But ask yourself, why are you avoiding this issue? What is the fear? Of course, it is natural to fear emotional pain, but sometimes that pain needs to be felt, acknowledged, and allowed to emerge. Only then can it be released and healed. Allow yourself to do this in a very small stages and steps. Drawing this card does not necessarily indicate it is time to confront head on everything that you have denied and avoided for the last 20 years. And please remember, if these issues are causing you a great deal of stress and agitation, ensure to get the appropriate professional help. At a more mundane level, drawing this card can indicate that something is going on around you that you do not really want to accept or look at. Possibly this is in your work or personal life. It could be quite trivial, but your intuition is telling you that all is not as it should be. And it seems that you are avoiding looking closely at what that could be. Is there a worry that you may be disappointed in the behavior of others? Have you not acted in the best interest of everyone around you? Perhaps it's time to be honest with yourself and have a clear and candid look at what needs to be dealt with and how best to make amends. I also suggest you work on releasing entrenched desires and attachments. When you let go of expectations and wishes for certain outcomes, there is far less disappointments to avoid in life. The ultimate issue many of us try to avoid is our own mortality. Facing and accepting that everything is impermanent and that at some point our life will end is deeply challenging for some of us. Buddhist teachers encourage us to accept that everyone dies and we may never know when our life may end. We will never know when our life ends because we all have a appointed date with death. No one knows the exact hour. One of the aims of this teaching is to focus on what is important at this very moment in time and to remember how precious this life is with the opportunities that it offers. The hope is that we will be inspired to make the most of our life, fulfilling our soul purpose, allowing our spiritual nature to blossom. But first, we have to accept that we are not immortal. We will die. At a spiritual level, Attracting this card may be a reminder that you can no longer put or fulfilling your life's sole purpose in this lifetime. Perhaps you've been telling yourself there's always more time later on for meditation and spiritual pursuits. Your spiritual nature and inner wisdom can no longer be denied. If you sense that these words are good and true for you and you feel this message is right for you, then please do not delay for a moment longer. It's time for you to step forward onto your sacred path. This is a subtle change and sometimes difficult to understand. Its meaning will be unique to you. Therefore, it's important to you to learn its personal message for you and how to interpret it and how to act upon it. If you are unsure about what this card is telling you or not clear about what it is that you might be avoiding, I should suggest the following action. Keep a note on how you are feeling over the next few days. Try to record regularly in your journal and do a life wisdom reading at least once a day over the next 5 days. Be particularly mindful if the avoidance card should recur. However, before doing anything else, take an inspiration card now to give insight as to do the best strategy to deal with any avoided issues. I'm not going to click on the inspiration card at this moment, but I will tell you the name of this app is called Life Guidance and Inspiration. You can download it on your phone. I don't know if it comes on an Android phone because I have an iPhone, but it's a very good card. I love using these oracle cards because it does give me great insight and inspiration and the next step that I may have to take into my life to continue to make the progress that I am making. But does this card apply to me? No, it does not apply to me because I'm learned. See, I already have come to terms with one day I'm going to die. I have come to terms that tomorrow is not promised to me. So everything that I want to do, I must take the steps to do it every day that is given to me. I have already healed broken relationships. That was something that there was divine intervention in that because I kept putting it off, and I had to come to terms. Someone got to make the move, and neither one of us was making that move, and divine intervention was sent our way, and now we're on that path to healing our broken relationship with each other, and it's wonderful. It's a challenge, because of the things that had caused us to depart in the first place. But when you have a bond with somebody, and it's a true bond, no matter what you go through, you will end up back to that same person because sometimes the bond is for a lifetime, but because of not knowing how to deal with conflict, not knowing how to deal with misunderstanding, not knowing how to deal with problems that you may face, you tend to run away from it, leading you astray. But until you heal the things that need to be healed, you cannot grow as an individual. And that's something that I had to learn. But peace, blessings, and a whole lot of love to you, Miss Hadia Giddy.